They say that the number one thing that's so important when you start, when you develop and you grow a business is to ensure that you've got a plan. Without a plan, you don't know where you are and you don't know where you're going. Now, the thing is that there are so many strategic plans and business plans that I've seen that are 70, 80, over 100 pages long. And I don't see the point. Now, you want to be able to do your thinking across a very wide variety, but what you want to be able to do is get it to what I call a plan to a page. And to me, it's so important that you actually get all the key components. And the reason that you want to be able to get it on a page is because you want to be able to look at it all the time. It's very difficult to look through 70 or 100-page plan constantly. The reason we want to develop is we want to have that clarity and focus on one page. We want to go from taking 5 or 6 pages to describe what is it exactly that we do to be able to have that key goal and your primary objective of why you exist in business. The second reason we want to be able to do that is we want to have the key strategies. So what are the key strategies that I'm developing? And often I want them in either 90-day lots, so every 3 month, every quarterly lot, or I want the 5 or 6 things that are going to be key in terms of if you develop and implement those key strategies, you're going to be able to achieve your primary goal. You also want the key actions that you need to take. And again, you can bring that down into 90-day plans so that you've got actions that you need to take in the next quarter. But it's so important to have that and have some timelines around it. And you also want to have key metrics or KPIs in terms of what will it feel like when you measure success. Now, there's many ways to do that. I've seen people do this as a mind map where they've got a central goal and then they're able to have branches that come out, sub-branches that show you what the strategy is. And then there's connections that work between one strategy to the other in terms of how things are linked up. We can also color code it on a mind map so that you can start to see the different strategies under your primary goal. The other way is you have an action plan template. I'm a big one for actions. And in that action, again, you've got your objective or your top goal that you want to achieve. And then you've got your actions in terms of the specific actions or tasks that you want to be able to put in there. Whenever you've got an action plan, it's so important to have the responsibilities, even if half those names are you or some of the people in your team. We want to, again, have the timelines, as we've spoken about, for each of the different types of being able to do that. And you want to be able to progress tracking. So you want to be able to, the simplest one that I've seen that I love is basically a column that says on track, off track. So it can basically be on track, tick, if it's off track, it's a cross. So at least you know where you are visually and you can color code them again in terms of what it is that you're trying to do. So clarity, when you get a page, a plan to a page, you end up with clarity and focus. You end up with things that become a lot more efficient and you know where you're productive because you're focusing on the main things that it is that you need to do. You also get goal alignment because by sharing that with people in your team, people know exactly it is what they need to achieve in terms of their sub goals to be able to help you with the other big one. It also helps you work out what the obstacles are, and that helps you manage risk in terms of what you do. When you have that plan to a page and you share it with your team, then people also know how to manage the resources. They know how to adapt. They make sure that there's communication and collaboration happening between the team to be able to achieve that. And you also then at the end of that, you want to work out that if we achieve these goals, what are some of the things that we're going to be able to do to celebrate that? I hope that that really helps. It is so important to keep your plan to a page with you at all times, because when we have that with us, we are able to refine it, review it, get inspired by it, constantly action it. It is not something that gets done once a year. It's something that you look at it constantly and you share it with your team and you get them to bring it with them and carry with them as well. And you're able to maximize that.